Hey, what up players? This is Cephas here, and thanks for coming to the channel. For those of you that are subscribing, thanks for sticking with us. I hope you enjoy the content. We have a really good video today coming along. For those of you who are new to the channel, hey, hopefully by the end of this I'll earn your subscription, or at least comment or give a thumbs up. It's always helpful. Today we're talking about a Sig Sauer. So in my previous reviews, you saw this guy right here, the Sig Rattler, and I am thoroughly enjoying that GBBR gun. It's performing exceptionally well. Toxicant did a very good job. So in following that though, I have another offering from Sig, something that I've always kind of wanted. This video is my review of the Parabellum P320 Axg Legion. I'm pleasantly surprised about this pistol here, this Airsoft pistol, in that I've never heard Parabellum before until they started making their versions of the P320, but I figured why not give it a shot, and I'm very glad I did. This is possibly the best Airsoft pistol that I have in my collection. Can you build a better pistol? Yeah, you probably can. I mean, there's people out there that spend $1,000 to $1,500 on a custom built high cappa. What I'm talking about is a gun that you just get out of the box and you just start shooting. This is, in my opinion, the best gun that you can buy straight out. Just take it out of the box and just go. There's nothing you need to do with this at all. The materials used here are they're calling it aluminum alloy. I'm not sure if it's 70, 75 grade or all that stuff like that, but I can tell it is a very good material. It feels lighter than it should be. Not light where it's like cheap. Light as in like feeling, you know, like titanium light, but strong at the same time. So, but again, I know it's not titanium, but I'm just giving you an analogy, right? Very well done. Bravo, Parabellum. Just very nice materials, very well constructed. The other thing is on the external is this is the color, and it's hard to pick up, to be honest. This is a color that Sig Sauer calls a Legion gray, but it's a mixture of gray and like bronze type of thing, and I like it. So I think it's really cool and it's very unique, and Parabellum has done a very good job of replicating it. This gun is twice the price of the pistol that I was initially gonna get. This retails for almost like $550. I was like, whoa. You know, I was not initially wanting to get that. And for an Airsoft pistol, that can be pretty expensive. However, once I looked into why it was that expensive, because you're getting a full aluminum CNC'd slide, you're getting a full aluminum CNC'd grip right here. Normally on the P320s, the lower or the grips section is made out of polymer. This is not. Hence the whole Axg Legion thing, right? It's a full metal design. Sig started doing this where they started introducing what they would call their expansion chamber, right? So the idea is, though, you see these cutouts right here in the slide, is that the barrel actually sits farther back. So if I put this to lock, you see actually they take about an inch or like 3/4 of an inch off. The bullet or the explosion wants to get the gun like this, but the gas hits up, so it kind of keeps it from staying flat. At least in a real steel gun. In Airsoft, it doesn't do any of that. This is just purely from a look standpoint. Unfortunately, because of the nature of it, it doesn't, from a design standpoint, it doesn't make sense to have threading or the barrel, because this is the area that the compensator would expel that gas. But if your intent is to use this gun with a tracer, I'd recommend a different pistol. Moving back, you have these cutouts on the slide, which are very nice actually. They're nicely cut. When you put your finger right here and do your, racking it grips very nicely. On the bottom you got your rail for a light, our takedown lever right here. I really like this trigger. It has a nice crisp break right here, and that's it. The trigger has 2 grub screws on the bottom. One you can adjust it to kind of push it back so you don't have to, it doesn't have to creep as much as you want. It depends on how much you feel comfortable with, how much you want. And then the other one is how much the trigger will go back as you press to release. I'll show you here how dry fire, right? Okay, so you get a little bit like that, like this. It's already empty, I already checked it, so don't worry about it. Press right here. I'm gonna hold down the slide stop, fire. You see that? I'm gonna release right there. Came back, I'll fire again. Right there, release, I'll fire again. Right there. And on top of that, it has this skeletonized cutout right here to give it that race inspired look right here, which is cool. Moving to the rear, we have these Legion style grips. I think these are fine. There's no real issues here. I like them. They're not overly aggressive. On top of the slide right here, they have the cutout right here, and so it's milled directly into the slide itself, right? If you use the Romeo style footprint or the RMR footprint, it actually will mount directly to the slide, which is cool. It's just this little key section. Then they give you 2 pieces where you can use either one to insert into there. The only thing I would say is they do something that all other airsoft companies do. It's like, I wish they would include the posts at the front. Real steel guns typically have that, where you have contact with the plate at least 3 or 4 points, so that prevents it from rotation, right? Airsoft guns, they keep doing this where they just have 2 screws that go down into the gun. The unfortunate thing is when it rotates, or just by movement, no matter how tight you do that, eventually you will get rotation. Moving back to the rear gun, you have this is a striker fire gun, so you don't see an external hammer here. The magazine it uses are the VFC designed ones, and these are the ones that you can get at anywhere right here. It's a interesting design in that they have the valve at the top of the pistol or the magazine. So normally for most of pistol magazines or gas blowback magazines, you have a fill valve, which would be at the bottom. You turn it upside down, charge the gas, and then you're good to go. This one's at the top. I don't know if it's better or worse, to be honest. I haven't noticed a performance difference. The key thing that I like about this grip is this little cutout section right here. This is just really does it for me, because when my middle finger comes around it, it really locks in the gun, and then I get my support hand and I'm able to really point and drive that gun. Where normally I will put my thumb sits right where the slide stop is for the P320 series guns, and so I kind of have to retrain myself to kind of put my thumb off of the gun, because if I don't, I put it right here, the gun won't go into a slide lock on last round because I'm interrupting it by pushing it down. The interesting thing about this gun is on the P320s don't have a manual safety, or even a trigger safety, which is a first for me. The military versions do. I believe that's a requirement for them. So on the M17 or M18 versions, there's a thumb safety that's in the back of the rear of the pistol. But now I want to talk about is the function. And this thing functions fantastically well. I was surprised because my previous experience from the Pro Force version was very disappointing, to say the least. The big problem with the Pro Force version is that it has a large blowback unit in the rear of the pistol. And because of that, and a mixture of things, how the maybe it's springs or combined with the hammer, etc., whatever. Within a few rounds, if you're starting to do rapid fire, it cools down extremely fast. I did not get that on this gun. This gun, while all gas blowback guns, no matter how efficient they are, if you fire enough, there is cooldown. That's just the nature of green gas. I found this to perform as well or better than most. The recoil on this gun is a very interesting feeling as well, because of the lightness of the, even though it's full metal, it feels light. So when it cycles, it's a very sharp recoil impulse. It's very quick. It's very snappy. Okay, now we're going to do some shooting here just to see the speed and ability to track on targets amongst these little targets we have here set up in the garage space. This is not a test necessarily of my marksmanship, but this pistol's ability and accuracy. Okay, so we have 4 targets here. We're going to go sequence of 4, 4, 4, and 4 for a total of 16 shots. Okay, Jason's going to track this, hopefully. Ready?
Nope.
Okay, stand by. I'm going to do the same thing, hopefully a little bit faster. Ready? So why don't you call it for me, right? Say shoot or stand by, and then make the boop sound so that I don't have to do it myself. Okay.
Right.
Ready?
Shooter stand by. Beep.
The accuracy of the P320 designed by VFC can be attributed by the way they set up the Hopup. It does have an arm design, however, the way that arm is engaged is different from your traditional like high capa type of pistol. And the arm is a wheel, but it's connected to this gear and this bar. And the way you adjust the Hopup is by this rod, the recoil rod actually, by turning it clockwise will give it more Hopup right here, and then by turning it well, my way, counterclockwise would reduce the Hopup. It's very stiff, so it doesn't move on its own. So we're going to send down range a few shots to test the accuracy of this gun. I'm going to be sitting down to kind of mitigate this thing, but I'm going to keep it on target as best as I can. Okay? All right. Okay. So we emptied out the mag here. We got our grouping right here. I dare say that's a pretty good grouping, right? We can see a lot of these shots right here in this zone right here. It's about 3-inch wide area. A few of them out here, but all on target. So that's pretty good for a pistol going out for about 25, 35 feet. So I would say as a pistol, this is good to go. Compared to my 6mm Pro Shop P-Comp, which is selling for like 130. What you're paying for is not performance. What you're paying for is fit and finish, right? The aesthetic and the build quality, right? This gun does not shoot 3 times better than my Staccato P-Comp. But the way it's built, the CNC process, the finish, just the way everything is put together, it's very well done. So to conclude this video, I would recommend this. If you're in the market and you want one of the best replicas that I could say of the Sig P320, then I would recommend this strongly. If you're already a fan of that and you want this as an airsoft replica, I would strongly recommend this. There are other versions of this, so you don't have to get the what I got here, the Axg Legion, but with that being said, I think this is an exceptional piece here. If you can afford it, I would say go for it. It's a really good addition to anyone's collection. If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time to check out this review. Hopefully it was enjoyable, at the very least informative. As always, this is Cephas. Take care and God bless you.